Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters and my elders. Today, we are going to discuss the 7 major sins in Islam. These are the most dangerous sins which all Muslims should avoid and be aware of. Number 1. The greatest of these sins is shirk, associating others with Allah, which leads to doom with no hope of redemption. If a person dies in this state, he will abide in hell for all eternity. Allah, may He be exalted, says, "Verily, whosoever sets up partners in worship with Allah, then Allah has forbidden paradise for him, and the fire will be his abode. And for the zalimun, polytheists and wrongdoers, there are no helpers." Surah Al-Maidah, chapter 5, verse 72. And indeed, it has been revealed to you, as it was to those, Allah's messengers, before you. If you join others in worship with Allah, surely your deeds will be in vain, and you will certainly be among the losers. In Az-Zumar 39, verse 65. It is not for the mushrikun, polytheists, idolaters, pagans, disbelievers in the oneness of Allah, to maintain the mosques of Allah, to pray and worship Allah therein, to look after their cleanliness and their building, etc., while they witness against their own selves of disbelief. The works of such are in vain, and in fire shall they abide. In Surah At-Tawbah, chapter 9, verse 17. Number 2. Witchcraft. Witchcraft involves shirk because it is worshipping the jinn and seeking the help of the jinn to misguide people. The practitioner of witchcraft is the one who deals with that which causes harm to people by means of the jinn and worshipping them instead of Allah. Sometimes he does things that harm them with words, deeds, and blowing on knots. Sometimes he does that by causing illusions to such an extent that a thing may be seen as something other than what it really is. As Allah, may He be glorified, said concerning the sorcerers of Pharaoh, their ropes and their sticks, by their magic, appeared to him as though they moved fast. Surah Taha 20, verse 66. So when they threw, they bewitched the eyes of the people and struck terror into them, and they displayed a great magic. Surah Al-A'raf 7, verse 116. Sometimes the practitioner of witchcraft does things to harm people by means of the jinn and worshipping them instead of Allah, by means of words, deeds, and blowing on knots, as Allah, may He be exalted, says, and from the evil of the witches when they blow in the knots. In Surah Al-Falaq, 113, verse 4. And sometimes they do that by creating illusions, so that they cause things to be seen as something other than they really are. So a rope or a stick may be seen as a snake, or a rock may be seen as an egg, or a person may be seen as something other than he really is, and so on. Such a person is one of the disbelievers, and if it is proven before the judge, it is obligatory for the ruler of the Muslims to execute the practitioner of witchcraft. It was proven from Amir al-Mumineen Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, that he wrote to his governors in Greater Syria and elsewhere, instructing them to execute every practitioner of witchcraft, male or female, because of the great extent of their evil and the danger they posed. Number 3. Killing a soul whom Allah has forbidden us to kill. This is a serious crime of which Allah says, and whoever kills a believer intentionally, his recompense is hell to abide therein, and the wrath and the curse of Allah are upon him, and a great punishment is prepared for him. In Surah An-Nisa 4, verse 93. Killing a soul, or murder, is one of the most serious of crimes, but it is a major sin of a lesser degree than shirk, associating others with Allah. It is a major sin like fornication, adultery, theft, and so on. The one who does that is not a disbeliever unless he regards it as permissible to do that. Number 4. Consuming riba. This refers to dealing with riba, which Allah has prohibited. Allah has permitted trading and forbidden riba. O you who believe, fear Allah and give up what remains due to you from riba from now onward, if you are really believers. And if you do not do it, then take a notice of war from Allah and His Messenger. In Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 278. Consuming riba is a major sin which it is essential to avoid. Number 5. Consuming orphans' wealth. The orphan is the one whose father has died when he is small and has not yet reached puberty. What is required in the case of orphans is to treat them kindly, protect their wealth, make it grow and handle it with proper care. The one who spoils the orphan's wealth and consumes it unlawfully is subject to a stern warning, because the orphan is weak and he has transgressed against him and consumed his wealth. This stern warning is addressed to him, but he is not a disbeliever. Rather, he is a sinner, so long as he does not regard that as permissible. Number 6. Fleeing from the battlefield. When the Muslims meet the disbelievers in battle, the one who flees and deserts his brothers on the day of battle, when the disbelievers march against the Muslims or the Muslims march against the disbelievers, the one who flees and deserts his brothers is subject to this stern warning unless it be a stratagem of war or to retreat to a troop of his own, Al-Anfal 8-16. That is, unless he is recruiting to prepare himself, bring his weapon and put on his armor in preparation for fighting, which does not do any harm, or he is moving from one detachment to another, or from one rank to another, or from one group to another, as part of a plan against the enemy. Number 7. Slandering chaste, innocent, believing women. The one who slanders chaste women, which means accusing them of zina, fornication or adultery, by saying, "So and so committed zina," or "so and so called someone to commit zina, but he is lying," this is one of the 7 sins that doom one to hell and for which one deserves to be given 80 lashes. As Allah, may He be exalted, says, "And those who accuse chaste women and produce not 4 witnesses, flog them with 80 stripes," in Surah An-Nur 24 verse 4. Slandering chaste women is a major sin, as is slandering chaste men. But because such accusations are usually made against women, the text speaks of women. Nevertheless, if someone slanders a chaste man and says that he committed zina, he has to produce 4 witnesses or else be given 80 lashes. These are the 7 sins that doom a person to hell because they are so evil. We ask Allah to keep us safe and sound, and Allah knows